Choosing Parenthood. It goes without saying that for many people in their 20s and 30s, the decision to have a baby is a difficult one. We recently sat down with an author in her late 30s who decided to have a child, but only after confronting her family history and her own doubts.
I'm Rebecca Walker. I'm talking today with you about my new book, Baby Love, Choosing Motherhood After a Lifetime of Ambivalence. Baby Love is a journal. It's a journal of my pregnancy. It's a book about becoming a mom after being ambivalent for 15 years. Ambivalent for a lot of different reasons. One, I'm a child of divorce, and I was really worried about bringing a child into this world and being able to give him a stable, loving home environment. I'm also a child of the women's movement, and so I grew up with a critique of motherhood articulated over and over again, the idea that motherhood could be used to oppress women and limit their creative potential. And so I didn't really plan or strategize or think about the things that I would need to think about before becoming a mother until I was really in my 30s. Issues like what kind of parent did I want to be, how to build a stable, loving relationship, how to think about balancing my professional aspirations with motherhood. These are things I think that young women and men need to be really thinking about much earlier than we are. No one told me that when I was in my early 20s. One of the things I really grappled with in writing this book was whether or not to include not just the messy parts of the pregnancy, but also the complicated relationship with my mother, and how ultimately by the end of my pregnancy I had to decide for the emotional and psychological health of my child and myself to make distance between us. The message is that ambivalence itself can be crippling and immobilizing, and we need to be courageous in making decisions that are true to our aspirations and our goals, rather than allowing ourselves to be stunted by our own indecision.
Author Rebecca Walker, and you may have noted from those pictures her mother is Alice Walker, and so writing a book may come somewhat naturally to her.